Hello, this is Joe Lindsley talking to you from the studios of Ukrainska Pravda in Kyiv. I'm an American reporting in Ukraine every single day until victory. And this is our podcast, Land of the Free, to share the fierce and free voices of people standing for liberty throughout Ukraine. And today I'm really honored that we have as our guest the Chief Rabbi of Ukraine, Moshe Azman. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, shalom.
An honor to speak with you. I first became aware, I know you have many famous videos that have circulated during the time of Russia's full-scale invasion, but my favorite and the one that really captivated my imagination was when you made a music video. You're walking around Kyiv and singing with such spirit for this city that you love so much. And so after that moment, I began to follow your work. The Chief Rabbi has been, you were in Kherson not long after the Russians destroyed the dam there. You've come under shelling. You've been in the thick of it here, and not just for the Jewish people, but for all Ukrainians. And you've also importantly been traveling the world. You've been to Israel and the U.S. and other places to tell the story of Ukraine. And I think, we hear this narrative, which is echoed by many in America, the narrative of the Kremlin about all the Nazis in Ukraine. We have the recent story of the situation in the Canadian Parliament with someone who fought with the Nazis. And so I think it's very important, and I'm excited to speak with you, your perspective as the leader of the Jewish people who's here in Ukraine in the time of war. So shalom, Chief Rabbi. Thank you for being here.
Shalom, shalom. Hello to everybody that listen here.
This is the land of the free. Stories of life and liberty in a time of war.
To start, I think maybe the first and obvious question, even when I speak with people I know well in the States and people in the media and people who, are good-hearted people, they believe, they parrot this narrative from the Kremlin that somehow there's lots of Nazis in Ukraine. Even people who sort of believe in Ukraine.
Till now?
Yeah, even now I hear this. And, we saw the situation in the Canadian Parliament where it was a big mistake when President Zelensky was there visiting. President Zelensky, of course, of Jewish heritage, and everyone stood up to applaud a Canadian Ukrainian who turns out had fought with an SS division, and I wonder if that was a plant of Russian propaganda. But that that has dominated so many of the conversations the past few days, even with volunteers for Ukraine. And I think, if we look at around Europe and Paris and other places, there's a lot of anti-Semitism rampant in Europe. I haven't seen that at all here, but you're the expert. You could tell us what is your answer to this contention that Ukraine is full of Nazis?
First of all, many times I just answered this question. So simple answer for this question. I'll tell you what I answered to it was before this Rosh Hashanah. 2 weeks ago, I'm with a group of rabbis, of Ukrainian rabbis, about 30 rabbis from many cities of Ukraine. We were invited to President Zelensky's office before Rosh Hashanah for blessing before the Jewish New Year, and I had a speech there. And in my speech I said, I think it's the best answer to Russian propaganda that they narrative. They said we come to Ukraine to denazificate Ukraine. They sit more than 30 rabbis and works in Ukraine and free, and nobody disturb them. I think it's best answer for this question, And you understand, if rabbis works here, we work here and we help people, and nobody. First of all. Nobody didn't ask to Russia help. No help here to denazificate. No Russian people that lives here. No Jewish people. And because Ukraine was an independent country and a free country, and with free speech, free religion, free press, free press. And that's why I didn't ask police denazification. Second of all, in Ukrainian, the president of Ukraine, the Jewish guy, Mr. Zelensky, he was elected by 73% of Ukrainian people. Yeah. And now it's much more. People can vote for him. And the two nationalist parties didn't vote to parliament. Less than 3% people voted for them. That's why it's I think it's very simple answer for this. Ukrainian is very free country. It's a democratic country. Russia would like to restore Soviet Union. I was born in Russia. I was born in Leningrad, and the first 20 years I lived there. It was the Soviet Union. It wasn't Russia. It was Soviet Union, but now it's Russia. And I was after the Iron Curtain. That time, it was the place of slavery, because nobody can run away. No, run away. Can go. Even socialist country, you cannot go. Only to be in Soviet Union. And I call it slavery because in Egypt, we Jewish people was escaped from Egypt, slavery. And from there, it's what we know from our holy books, that no slaver, nobody can run away because the borders were closed. That's why in the Soviet Union was the same thing as Egypt slavery. Oh. Nobody can. It's spiritual slavery and physical slavery. That's why my mind that's Russia now wants to restore Soviet Union, and it's my mind. They say clear. They say Stalin was good. Stalin, a guy that's killed millions of people, murdered millions of people, and the own people, own citizen, most of them own citizen. And they said Stalin was hero, and they said they want many Russian. That's propaganda. Wants to restore Soviet Union. Ukraine and another post-Soviet countries doesn't want to come back to the past.
Is that why you came? So you immigrated to Ukraine in what year?
No, I was first of all I immigrated from Soviet Union to Israel. It was 1987.
You escaped.
I escaped. It was Soviet Union. Yes, mm-hmm. I escaped. I came to Israel. And I decided never come back to Soviet Union. My wife from Ukraine, from Kharkov, and I am from now it's Russia, and we married here, and we went to Israel, and my parents-in-law came to United States, and we lived in Israel a few years. And I didn't want to come back to Soviet Union. But when the Ukraine became independent, it was time that I worked in the Chabad the program to save Chernobyl's children in the Chernobyl reactor. It was a few thousand children brought to Israel, and they for health
after 1986.
I worked in from 1990, and then from 1993 I come to Ukraine. And we escaped children from Ukraine, from Belarus, from Russia, and children was near Chernobyl and 1995 I had to, I have my plans, but God had another plans. That's why I come to independent Ukraine just. In 1995, to save the famous Brodsky synagogue, the central synagogue of Kyiv. That synagogue that's now it's a big role in a historical role. Now it's our synagogue in the center of city, and many what's happened here in Ukraine. And we was involved, and I think first of all I would like to thank to God that gave me opportunity to be now in the right place, in the right time, because I have opportunity to day and night to work, to save lives of people, to save to help them. I think it's a very big privilege that God gave me and my friends, and we do what we can to help the Ukrainian people.
And I want to come back in a little bit to talking about Russia, but speaking of helping people, when the Russians attacked the Kakhovka Dam, it was such a huge disaster, humanitarian, ecological, and you went down, like so many Ukrainians, you went down to the scene of the disaster. And it was still incredibly dangerous. There were floods. The Russians were shelling left and right. And I saw a video of you. You were distributing aid, and you came under shelling. And you had to crawl with your team to some safe place. Describe that moment.
I explain you. Yes, we came. It was one of our missions. After then disaster, we came. We organized big. I don't know how to say. Many trucks.
Like a convoy.
Convoy. Yeah. We cover the trucks and motorhomes. We have a few two motorhomes. It's a mitzvah tank. We say it's a tank of commandants. It's a not tank. We bring light to people, spiritual and material, and we brought special. I took from my friend special amphibian jeep. It's called a Sherp.
To help evacuate people.
Yeah, to evacuate people. Special jeep that's can float in water. And we need it because it was flooding, and we brought first of all we brought the humanitarian aid. We gave to people a few trucks humanitarian. After this, I came with this jeep, and we brought a few boats from resins, but they didn't give our opportunity because it was dangerous. But with this car, this jeep was special for this because a few jeeps just walked it there from a special Ukrainian service to evacuate people, and then we go inside water, and
you're in the city of Kherson. Or
Kherson, yes, it was one small place where the all evacuation missions walked it from there. We came there with the police, and everyone can come. It was there doctors, evacuation groups, and journalists. Even and then what you see, what people saw, my famous video is the second video because it began before. Why I spoke English because we were sheltered in the water first.
Wow!
And I said to the driver, we have three people in this jeep. Driver, special driver, and one guide that we didn't know where to evacuate, where to go. He said that, and we have 3 or 4 place to evacuate 3 or 4 people each time, and then we go in the middle of this lake. It was square, but I saw lake. Wow. Because it was a lot of water there. And in middle, we hear this boom, boom. We didn't hear strong because our engine worked it strong. But in New York Times correspondent that was there, they made a video how it was explosion near us. Because
you didn't quite notice it. Because
I didn't understand what is this in the first because it was inside water. It saved us because inside water we didn't have the pieces of yes. That's why I said go back. We go back. We was in that time that just everybody was in outside water, and went back. It's a long time it took because I understood that we are target because they special. I understood that they're shelling special for evacuation mission. It was small place. It's not all city of Kherson, big city, but special in this place. I said I decided then I come to the land. I'll bring this message to all the world to explain what I saw by my eyes. It's very important. As people. When you see it by your eyes, is people more believe because if you hear, you can believe, you can not believe. But if you see what's happened, it's more truly. That's why I decided. I said to the driver, now we come back. I'll bring this message to the world that Russian terrorists they special shelling to the evacuation missions, journalists, doctors was there. And special this place, and we come when they come to the land, we escaped from water, and we come. People just some laid, some ran away, and I took microphone, and my assistant Jacob he began to make a video, and I spoke English.
Stressful.
Yeah, it's a little stressful. Yes, didn't afraid, but it was stress because we ran away and this moment they become a strong shelling from all sides, but in near us, and I I broke my telephone. And I have that's why my assistant he put it to my Twitter after this. But people call me from all the world. I cannot answer because my telephone was broken, and I have a little problem in my hand and my leg. But they continue shelling. It was many. We didn't know how to speak. I understand that local people told me that's very dangerous because they special shelling to us. It's a small piece of land and the shelling straight. It's no, it's
it's very precise. It was a very narrow corridor.
We were target. We were target. Yes, and somebody escaped us from. We couldn't come to our cars. Our cars was closed, but they couldn't come in this where were parked in our cars. But that's why somebody escaped us from the. In the truck, I don't know.
Helped you sneak out of there.
I know. Yeah, I laid. I didn't publish it, but we laid to the floor of the car. No car. It's like a minibus, but for the to bring the not to bring people, to bring
supplies or
food. I don't know. And we lay there in it. We didn't have the seats there. We laid, and he drive in the I don't know in the 100 miles maybe in the smaller because he said we are target now, and the shelling to cars too. That's why. Until we escape, we come to the outside the city. It was dangerous, and I came back in 1 week, I think, or 2 weeks. No, 1 week. In a few days, I came back.
You went back.
I came back. People ask me, even as people ask me from. I spoke with BBC, CNN. They ask me why you come back. And I answer, and I can answer now too, because it's a very important message. I said, when our Holy Torah says that the people in the dangerous time, you cannot sit quiet and show yourself that you don't see, you don't hear the tragedy of people. You have to help people. That's why I think nobody. That's a Ukrainian now is so big tragedy. People are killed. People become wounded. People lost their relatives and property and homes and job, everything. And people in the world. I understand that it's just 1.5 year war, but people cannot save and show yourself. But okay, it's in Ukraine and it's far. It's not in America. It's not in the country. Not in Europe. Okay, it's not for us. But you cannot be. It's strong war. I was in Israel now, and Canada was many people said, was it just over? Because it's so much in mass media, in the television.
So they really think it's over.
Some people, many people ask me, because they don't hear it in the mass media. I said, no, a strong war, every day hundreds people killed and the soldiers. And then the people say, no, it's civilian soldiers. I say the soldiers the same, and civilians, and soldiers the same civilians.
But this is what people miss. I mean, most Ukrainian soldiers were not soldiers on February 23rd, 2022.
Yes, it's people that worked, the workers and engineers and poets and singers, and they come to save to defend their families, their motherland. That's it. They the same civilians, and it's why I do it. I think it's my obligation. No, not only mine. I think it's everyone obligation to. Then you see the tragedy. People, you can bring this. Before this war, I didn't love to give interview. I worked in my community. I study Torah. I teach Torah. I teach prayer and good deeds. But from beginning war, I become not only Jewish no rabbi for Jewish community and rabbi for Ukrainian people too, because it's a lot of Ukrainian people ask me and hear me, and I think it's voice connect people from all nations, all religions, people, all nations in the world. Connect. They feel tragedy of Ukrainian people. It doesn't matter what nation or which religion you, because people, and it's very good because united. I think that's why Ukrainian survived in the beginning. What nobody believes, in the world. Nobody believed that Ukraine survived more than 1 week and a few days. But I think God helped Ukraine because Ukrainian people united, become united, and they struggle with the, I don't know how to say, with this, all their
spirit.
Very spirit, big spirit. That's why God, I think that's what I think in my mind that God joined to this and helped to Ukrainian until now to resist so danger and big enemy with much more people, much more soldiers, much more weapons. But when they go inside Ukraine, the light will win.
Well, so Chief Rabbi, as someone who was born in the Soviet Union, in Russia, and you also have good contacts with the Jewish community, of course, throughout the world. What does it mean for you to be Ukrainian? How do you define what it means to be a Ukrainian?
I explain you now as Ukrainian. I explain you what I explained to you in Israel now. I've met some people that didn't understand who is who, which side is right. And I said it's very simple. See what's who friends of Russia. Who is friend of Russia? Iran. That every night we have the Iran drones that kill the Ukrainian people.
The suicide drones.
Yes, suicide drones. Then these drones they will send to Israel too, because Iran open say that would like to destroy Israel people, the Israel state, and kill Israel Jewish people. And Russia pay to them nuclear technologies and specialists and other things. And who another friends is North Korea. We saw now that the leader of the North Korea came to Putin to Russia. What is North Korea? Everybody understand. It's no. I don't know how.
It's not someone you want to be friends with.
Yeah. And Syria and Belarus. That's it. And maybe another 1-2 countries, but. Who stand with the another rest world normal countries stand with Ukraine because Ukrainian now resist aggression. What Russia? I am Russian speaking, and sometimes I hear the news in Russian TV, and it's dangerous. They said kill. Message kill, we'll bomb the. Not only Ukraine. They say we'll call Europe, we'll Britain, Poland, and the United States will kill, bomb the rocket, nuclear. And the message that they would like to understand that they would like to afraid people afraid and they make I don't know, but the message only killing, message killing. And and I met a few times. I met the Ukrainian chief of Ukrainian army, the General Zaluzhny, a very kind guy with humor, with normal, very kindly, very human. It's not the Russian generals was how to say it's
very stern, and Zaluzhny is a brilliant military guy, but he wears a Baby Yoda patch. He's jokes.
His jokes. Even in his Facebook, he's wrote that he was born in Jerusalem. He's not Jewish, but it's very very open mind,
sure.
open heart guy. I think it's very my meeting with him is very proud. And that's why you understand. I think the people, normal people, all people in the world have to understand that if not Ukrainian resist and then only Ukraine struggle. The Russian army could be now in Poland, in the West, more West. We don't know what's the appetite they have because they say in television, what they say, Kremlin said them to say this. It's a message not only.
It comes from the Kremlin, of course.
Yeah, yes.
Chief Rabbi, as someone who lived for a long time in the Soviet Union, and you know many Russians, you speak Russian. Were you surprised by this? Was there something in the Russian culture that was there a sickness in the Russian culture, or was this a total surprise to you that the Russians would sort of have this level
very
of
surprised.
barbarity?
I explain you. In the beginning of the war, I was very surprised. I never could dream. I was graduate. I was graduate in Russian school, in Soviet school. And we studied in school and books and about the World War II, how the German Nazis tanks, Tiger, Panther, come to Soviet Union, killed civilian people. And here I said Russian tanks come to we was close to Bucha Irpin. In the beginning of the war, they shot to civilians, people, to the apartment buildings. I think it's at that time in a dream. Until now, but now I just understand more.
You're saying it felt like a dream because it was so.
Yes, I
bizarre,
never believed. I can tell you. I'll tell you. We can I will give you an example. I heard from old people, old Jewish people, that remember World War I first. Then the German soldiers came to to Russia, to Ukraine. I don't remember. They were very, very intelligent. They didn't disturb people. They asked to lay their home. They lay in the floor, but didn't disturb people. That's why people couldn't expect that German Nazis could be so evil. That's why many people didn't run away. They remember from World War II, but they didn't observe the cultural nation, German, become to be evil, become to be, bandits and terrorists. And I think that same thing nobody couldn't expect. That's Russian people or cultural people. I was born in Leningrad, was cultural city, very, very cultural. And they become to the people. That's what propaganda do. The people change mind. They say, "Wow, we kill. We come to," and they don't think by their own minds.
Do you as a rabbi, and as you know the Torah, you know a lot about human nature, about the sins of mankind. And as you travel the world, do you see like the poison that is pervasive in Russia, the mental poison, and people are not thinking for themselves, and they follow the propaganda of the Kremlin? Do you see that type of thinking developing in other countries, and maybe as a warning, say, how? Because somehow you have a nation that gets to the point where they can permit a war like this on Ukraine. Do you see, if you look into the Russian psyche and the mindset right now of Russian people?
Yeah.
Is there? Could you see? I mean, obviously that has happened before. I mean, it happened in Germany. Where people start to believe Hitler's propaganda, and a whole nation becomes sort of possessed in a way. Do you see that? Like, how does that take over the Russia or the Leningrad that you knew? How does it become this place where everyone becomes sort of a zombie? Servant.
I think the Russian people. Russia make big mistake. God gave opportunity that the Soviet Union was broken down, and they become to be a democratic country, the new life, and they had opportunity to build their new country, and they began begin new country. And they had a lot of neft, gas. They could build normal country and rich country, but they after this they went to another way. I think they had to make a court for the Communist Party. Stalin make a special tribunal. They by themselves. What as a German people said. They after the Nazist regime come down and the German people till now they ask sorry till now, but it's a new generation. They understood what the dangerous thing did their fathers and And a Russian and the Soviet regime, that the Soviet down, they had to make to understand by the same what Stalin regime did, killed million people, and never to return to this, But they made mistake. They now became to return. They said, "Oh, Stalin was good," and what does it mean? I know many people. I was born there. Many people was killed in Stalin time into the Gulag, to the Siberia. 10 years, 25 years. Children, they took children from families, put there to the orphanage, government orphanage, to everybody. It was a few million people right there. I don't know how it's in English, right? Donoska, right, and not to another people that they guilty,
sort of people turning in their neighbors and spying.
Spying neighbors. It's a few million people was that, and
neighbors and relatives.
Yes, and KVD, it's KGB that time, and KVD, they killed the religion people, they killed the own people, even killed communists. That was. And they kill each other. It's Stalin killed their officers before the World War II, tens of thousands, and it was paranoid. And now they say no, we want to build to come
go back to that. Yeah.
To come back. That's why it's dangerous. Where you go to become North Korea. They have in television few of them. One I remember. They have one of their, I think it's poet or writer famous. He said, "Oh, North Korea." It was in North Korea. He said, "Oh, it's a very good country." I said, "What?" They drop. They say to people, "We would like to be as North Korea, to close border and to." It doesn't matter. That's why they say the soldiers. They say, "Okay, you go to kill. You go to kill. You will be killed." And till now, they have the same thing that they had in World War II, that they, as well, they stay the special forces in the back of the soldiers, and if somebody ran away, they killed by their soldiers. By this, I know it's I think it's propaganda can change. I saw normal people. That was normal people, and I saw. No, it's a Russian Ukrainian. It was normal. And we saw the same language. It's Russian, the same language, but no, Ukrainian a little different. But it was normal. The Russians said here, the Ukrainians don't want to make problem to Russian speaking. No, you can speak. I'm Russian speaker. I can speak Russia. I speak Russian. Here, I try to speak Ukrainian now, but for me, it's I want to speak Ukrainian because I don't want to speak Russian. It's very hardly. Because Russian people would come to here to kill people. They bring the tragedy to people. And that's why I said to them, "Stop, please stop what you do." But, in Russia, there's 20, 30 people, it's just tens of million people that understand. But they cannot do nothing. No, it's the Ukrainian people very strong, opposite Russian people. But I think, Russian people couldn't do nothing, It's because if somebody go to the demonstration, they immediately take him to prison.
Well, that happened in Ukraine. I mean, in 2014, Ukrainians were demonstrating, and the secret police shot them back then. But the people didn't relent. They kept standing in the streets in the Revolution of Dignity, Euromaidan. Now there's no longer secret police here. The people actually made a difference. And do you think? One topic I hear, and sometimes I think that, I know this is fed by Russian propaganda, but there are people that have genuine concerns looking at the history, the history of countries in Eastern Europe. Is Ukraine a different country after that Revolution of Dignity, the Euromaidan? And does Ukraine have to, is it now the time to go back and reconcile things that happened in the past here in Ukraine? Because you made an interesting point that you said that Russia has not had a reckoning with Stalinism the way that, say, Germans have had with the Nazi past. And because they never had that reckoning, they never transformed. They never learned the lessons. Does Ukraine need some type of reckoning, or maybe have they already had that reckoning with that Revolution of Dignity?
I think now it's in the war. Yeah, now it's wartime, and now it's all the people mobilized to one unity thing for the victory. And because for Ukrainians now it's or victory or killing, slavery, I don't know. That's it. They understand it and they fight only for victory. Maybe peace, but peace, it's peace have to be with victory.
How would you define victory?
Victory. I first of all, I'm not. Listen, I'm for peace. I see how many people, young people, and killed every day, soldiers from both sides. But it's no good. It's dangerous. Many young people become to be wounded, without legs, without arms. It's the danger. I come to the hospital. I see what's happened. I can see it. I pray that war will stop now today. But it's if you stop now, Russia will not stop. They will continue. That's why I think it's the only way to stop this war is to victory of Ukraine and the Ukrainian, because Ukrainians have a motivation. Russia, because Ukraine, they fight for their motherland, for their families, for the truth. Russia, they fight. I don't know for what. Exactly 1 year ago, that was mobilization in Russia. They began to close borders. I called for Jewish people in Russia. I don't know how to call them, but I call all of the ways. Maybe somebody will hear me. I call them, please. And even my interview was put to the special Telegram channel.
If the Russians read.
It's for people. They called to Russian soldiers to go to slavery, to the captivity, to Ukrainian captivity, because
to surrender.
Yes. And I called to Jewish people. I said, I call you because Iron Curtain come down now in Russia, and our Holy Torah said us that you can go to the army to kill people and other people. They send you to kill civilians and soldiers. That's the civilians too. You can do it, and many chance that you will be killed there too. And the second one, you have an opportunity if you agree to go to the war. They can tell you to take you to jail for 10 years, to Russian jail. That's why please run away from Russia now. You can go to Israel, you could go to run away in other countries, to Kazakhstan, to Georgia, where you can, because you don't have opportunity after this. Even they mobilization, or they send you to kill people or to be killed, or they send you to the jail. That's opportunity that you have. And please hear me. What I say, that was my call to Russian Jewish. I pray God that I know that some people it's a real came and they run away from there. I don't know if they have soldiers there.
Are there Russian Jewish leaders who are quiet about this or who support the Kremlin?
I tell you what I understand. I know Chief Rabbi of Russia personally. I knew.
No.
I never speak with him after the war began. I think we are in a better situation. As what I say, we are here in Ukraine with the dangerous for our physical. It's every minute. Missiles come here, and nobody knows where come missiles, and it's dangerous. It's war. And it's a war. It's not. Nobody knows where I will come. And but with spirit, we are open. I'll tell you what are true. What I want to tell. I can say for president, against president, but I tell the truth that nobody will do nothing. And in Russia, you can speak only one way, and only. If you say against, and they can take you to the prison. That's why maybe in the physical they normal, but spiritual. They are in slavery now. That's why I ran away from Soviet Union. I didn't agree to live in lie. That's why I didn't know. I wanted to say what I think, and nobody say me what I have to say. That's why if somebody say please, I say I'll say what I think. I bring the truth, what I think, and nobody will shut me at my.
No one can silence you.
Yeah.
And so, for example, there is. So I guess that's your message also to the Chief Rabbi of Russia is
I met one of Chief Rabbi of Moscow, Pinchas Goldschmidt, Rabbi Pinchas Goldschmidt. He ran away. He said clear he didn't agree with what to do, and he left. After the 30 years of Chief Rabbi Moscow, he left his community. He left and he went out. I met him in Jerusalem about 2 months ago. I thanked him for his position, and before this, I wrote that thank you. And and by the way, after I met him, he put it to the Twitter, and next day, the Russian Minister of Justice put him to the list of I don't know how to call them.
Their kill list.
No. It's called иностранный agent, foreign agent.
Really?
Yes, I don't know. It depends. That's what me. But Chief Rabbi of Russia is Rabbi Ber Lazar. I think thanks God that he didn't say something. His people, in Russia to say we are for peace is just they can take you to the jail. Only say we are for peace against the war. That's it. It's just guilty. That's why if you say he said a few times we peace, religion and peace, it's just a hero. I think. But okay, I don't want to say he right, no right. Because it's not a simple situation. I think we are in better situation because our spirit is free.
This is a powerful idea. I mean, I was just in your wife's hometown in Kharkiv for 10 days, many different attacks, pretty scary nights. And, I see, and then the next morning you see people are even more full of life after each one of these attacks, people smiling, people joking, and people speaking from the heart. Because, we're all humans, we know we're all going to die. But here it stares us in the face. And there's this wild spirit of freedom that you get from surviving.
You are right. Yes, we was in 2 weeks ago was a strong attack in near Kyiv. I was in Anatevka. It was with my child, and we had this strong attacks. I waked up and boom! It was many booms, and I saw by my eyes a Russian missiles fly in the low level. And it was dangerous, real. But after this in the morning, just people go normal. It's strong spirit, real strong spirit, and many people afraid to come, even to come after the border, Ukrainian border. I invite many people. Please come to. People afraid to come to because yes, sure, there's all. Territory of Ukraine is dangerous. Even many times was the missiles come to the west, to Lviv region, or even Ivano-Frankivsk. But it's a feeling that you are in the right side. You are the side of light, and light. My message every day. Every day I have a message to Ukrainian people. Ukrainian people doesn't want the same message that's all the world. Doesn't need. They didn't. I bring the message of what real happened here, tragedy. But Ukrainian people live in tragedy. They didn't need that I'll tell them what's with. They need a good word, hope. People will be okay. And my message is usual. Every time I say, "Little light will dispel a lot of darkness." It's our message. That's why I become to sing. In the beginning, you said that's where you hear my song. In the beginning of the war, I began to sing because I want to sing because the song is we can win this war with evil with the light, and sin is light, and good deeds is light. That's why I say this. I call it, I had one child in the beginning of the war, a child in my synagogue 5 years ago, 5 years old, a child, and he said, Eitan, his name Eitan, Jewish name, he said, they shot to us with ballistic rockets. I will resist them Kabbalistic rocket.
Kabbalistic
rocket. It's a small child said, what's this Kabbalistic? One kid is Torah, Mishnah, it's good deeds. And said, what the small child understand. I said, wow, it's a great idea. I took this idea. And usually I start and I teach Torah or I give good deeds. I call it its name Kabbalistic rocket, Kabbalistic missiles.
Because Kabbalah mean can you define Kabbalah?
Kabbalah it's secret knowledge of the Torah. It's a very deepest level of Torah. It's known many people real can learn Kabbalah only. Many people learn Kabbalah now. It's in the world, but real to learn Kabbalah, to understand people, it's a very deepest knowledge. That's why but then Kabbalah, you really know Kabbalah, you can change the things in the world. You can be part of as a God to create people. You can make miracles. That's why Kabbalistic missiles. I say our Kabbalistic missiles. I think it's Ukraine. Many you saw by yourself. They how many missiles they send here, and bless God. There's no so big.
Air defense works very well.
Even the winter, previous winter, 1 year ago in winter, people they special shot to the infrastructure. Now afraid here people that they collect rocket missiles to
do it again,
to destroy infrastructure. But it's over. It was one winter over. But and we just 1.5 years. We live and yes, situation is no simple, but I say I am optimistic, optimistic because if God was with us, with the Ukrainian people, in the beginning I pray that it will be continued, but we have to stop this war, to win this war, and that's why the world have continued to help. My message. Sorry that I speak a lot, but it's my message to that I bring. I spoke many in America, in Canada, in Israel, in British people. I spoke to different parties. For example, Britain. All parties, conservative and laborists, they friends of Ukraine. They understand what. In America, I spoke with the Democrats and the Republicans. I said, people, don't involve Ukraine in your politics. In Ukraine, many people killed. Ukraine in tragedy. Please leave your election or your inside politics. Please, every man, please help Ukraine. First of all, I thank people. I come here. So first of all, thank you very much for the government, for political parties, for parliaments, for people and the human organization that you did till now. It's my position. Even in countries that don't, for example, many people said, Israel, you don't help enough. I said, okay. First of all, I came to Israel. I said, thank you very much. Many people in Israel, many organizations and the government helped. Okay, as Israel is a complicated situation because they have blackmail in Syria from Russia. But I said, first of all, thank you very much what you did. Second of all, I said, please continue to help much more. I explain why, and I explain what's a strategy here, and we have, and in every place that I call people. Please don't be tired. I understand that you just tired. It's 1.5 years and people tired. Okay, no, how much? Okay, next. It's just we're tired from it. But millions of people in Ukraine are more tired with you, and they struggle. And Ukrainian soldiers and people struggle for you, not only for them, for you, because in Russia we have a big appetite. And they would like to eat not only Ukraine, you too. That's why you have obligation. Thank you very much. But if you have obligation, it's not only yes, I want and no one. You have obligation to work to help much more.
Wow, Toda Rabba. Thank you. And I love this idea of the Kabbalistic rockets. And maybe we can play or we'll share a link for sure to your music videos. You just made a cover of Frank Sinatra's My Way as you're driving through the beautiful, lush countryside of Ukraine. But my favorite is still your musical tribute to Kyiv. As you walk around the city, you see the statue of the three founders of Kyiv, the Kyiv and Rus, and it's such a powerful and a joyful song as you see this beautiful city that has been battered and hit, but still going.
I have 4 or 5 new songs in Ukrainian language. As new song, I have a composer, Roman Bulgachev, the special write songs for me.
Could you give us, as we close, maybe perhaps?
First of all, you can find my songs. We have the YouTube channel. It's called Anatevka TV. Anatevka is a miracle place, the Fiddler on the Roof.
Mm-hmm.
We have here the Jewish village I built a few years ago for refugees near the Kyiv.
Because that story came from Ukraine.
Yeah. So, but Anatevka TV, and there they playlist my songs in most of them in English. In English one. It's My Way, because why I wanted a very beautiful song, but it's before Yom Kippur. Before we had a few days ago Yom Kippur. It's the day that's the God have court for all the world. That's why I feel that I want to play it and want to sing. And I have another songs in Ukrainian, in Russians, and now I try to make Hebrew too, and prayers. And I have a studio. I have a studio professional, but we have professional people that may. I don't. It's not my profession. I don't take money from them. I would like to give it to people. That's what it's for all my heart. That's why people would like to hear my songs. Please, Anatevka TV. People can welcome to my tweet. No long time ago I special made the Twitter. Didn't have Twitter. Now it's X. You can come to Twitter, Chief Rabbi of Ukraine. I have there.
At Chief Rabbi of Ukraine. We'll put the link below.
Yes, Chief Rabbi of Ukraine is my Twitter and my Facebook. My Facebook is in Ukrainian.
Sure.
It's for Ukraine. And Twitter I made special in English for all the world, because I said many people would like to know the truth. That's why you can come or to Twitter or to Facebook, Chief Rabbi of Ukraine, and see there what we do.
Yeah, I mean, your post is such a great window into what's happening. You usually, after there's a major attack, you have a response. It's both a look into the spiritual reality of Ukrainians, but then also how Ukrainians get through these atrocities from Russia. So I encourage everyone to follow Chief Rabbi on Facebook and Twitter. We'll have the links below. And if you want, Chief Rabbi, you could maybe share a few lines of one of your songs with us here.
Well, now?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Which in Ukrainian?
I don't know. I love the one about Kyiv, but
Київ, рідне місто моє, Київ, непокорний Київ, крізь віки постає, бо ви буде, як є, захисник України, Київ, крізь віки постає. Бо ви буде, як є, захисник України.
It's such a rousing song, and especially after a night of attacks, I love to go for a run the next morning, and I run along the Dnipro River, and I have that. I'm playing that song, and you feel that you are, waking the city and say we stay strong together.
We have another song.
Please,
Ukraine with you. We are with you. Ukraine мы с тобой. It's not in my playlist, but you can find it in the internet. And okay, I don't would like to song here.
We will share it.
Well, you can share my songs, but it's from all my heart to people. It's my present to all the people. I present this Independence Day in Ukraine into August 24, and previously I have 2 songs, and especially about, I said it's my present to Ukrainian people, because song it's a push of a lot of darkness.
And exactly. It's part of this light against the darkness. These Kabbalistic rockets. So,
Our special weapon,
indeed,
our secret weapon.
Chief Rabbi, toda rabba, дуже дякую.
And the people, if you would like, I would like to call to people, if you will give me opportunity. That's I don't ask donations. People, if you like to join to be our partner, our big network work for humanitarian, what we do all Ukraine every day and night. You can see many projects. You can see there. You can in my Twitter or my Facebook. You can see in the Twitter. We have now the campaign, charity campaign. We have people that double each donation. That's why please join us, and you will be our partners too in the good deeds, in real. I'll usually I make a video when they come in the front line, near the front line. I make a video and say people thank you, and say thank you for your cooperation with you, our partner, for the good deeds. It doesn't matter with nation, with nationality, which religion. We are together to help to save people. Thank you.
And we will share all those links, so please follow and support the great work of the Chief Rabbi. Chief Rabbi Moshe Azman, a great Ukrainian hero in this time of the war, a leader and a true Ukrainian spirit. This has been Joe Lindsley with our Land of the Free podcast here in the studios of Ukrainska Pravda, Ukrainian Truth in Kyiv. And you can follow us at UkrainianFreedomNews.com. And we welcome support for every day, malo po malo, step by step, until victory. Chief Rabbi, thank you.
Thank
Joe
you very
Lindsley.
much.
Do побачення from Kyiv.